Welcome to yet another episode of On Air with Murray, and today we're gonna be doing some pussy talk.
That's what we're calling it.
All right, let's try that again. Welcome to On Air with Murray, and today we're gonna be talking about
What?
the pum pum. You know, like that.
The what?
You call it the wop? What do you call it?
The
I
cooch?
think the cooch.
The cooch.
Yeah.
I have a nickname for mine, but I can't say it. But I'll just call it Shishota.
Guess what? We're talking about the female private part. And these experts, I'm going to refer to them as experts because they have the biological makeup of this, you know? So today we're going to be talking about your private part. How comfortable are you guys talking about your private part?
I like to say fairly comfortable.
I am absolutely comfortable.
Everyone I know
overshare.
either have one or have seen one.
So you want to introduce yourself to each other?
Hi, my name is Delicia, best friend of Mark, and I will be talking about my cooch tonight.
Yes. Also contributing to this conversation, my name is Muriel Gerard. Just here as a willing participant and also here to get some enlightenment on the toys that are before us right now.
Hi everyone, I'm Deandra Wishart Pope, and I'm here to talk about my Shishota and my toys.
Your toys.
Awesome.
So wait, all these toys is yours?
Have they been used?
No. They're not been used. Y'all say just take it out the boxes.
We don't know, you know. You could be putting it
The
back in
audience
there.
doesn't know.
No,
I don't
my collection is at home, but this is my collection to show.
Big collection at home. Nice.
Has a collection.
A
Collection. We're gonna have fun with this topic, but at the same time I want you guys to help me educate the population, both men and women, because I know some women are afraid to talk about their own private part, and this is where you share your experience and tips, you know, like how do you make her fresh and ready for the kill, if I could say so, or
Anybody aggressively attacking her should not have access to her, period.
So you like it gentle.
Now that's a different topic.
All right, first question. What the hell is the G-spot? Where it is? How can we find it? Do we need GPS?
You need to listen. That's all you really need to do. You don't need GPS. It's a gratification point. And if you're able to locate it, you will definitely know. You'll get verbal cues. You'll get some inaudible sounds. You will get some sort of response from the person you're sharing that intimate moment with that you have arrived
At your
at
destination.
the intended the preferred
But
destination.
before you try to look for it, cut your nails, please.
Cut your nails.
Oh yes.
Definitely get your nails cut and filed before you start looking for the
Case
G-spot.
of pain and infection, you don't wanna get her sick because nails carry a lot of germs. So you gotta ensure that you clean it.
So there are people out here that
Take your time.
not taking their like personal hygiene into account before actually getting intimate.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
people are definitely doing
People
that.
are.
Why?
But some people like
Why
a little
though?
funk.
You.
No, there are people like
That's a preferred
Listen.
some people like a little funk.
Oh.
So-
A funk kink?
No,
It might
but
be a good
it's
funk
definitely.
or you know,
probably
like
it's
a bad
kink.
funk, you probably need to go get checked out. You know,
Yeah, no.
a bad funk, you need to go get
It's a no
checked
for
out.
me.
I know some people are into the post-workout pheromone scent. They're into that. I follow this guy on Instagram who does a lot of, he shares a lot of really good content relating to vagina and preferences and apparently the men like that post gym all day smell.
No.
Some men like it. They really do like it.
Okay.
If that's you, please let us know in the comment section and
No,
tell us
but-
why.
But people, everybody got their own kink because
Yeah.
I follow a lot of sex pages on Instagram, and everybody have their own kink, and some of them will not reach our Guyana culture because of how we are.
Yes, definitely. And we were raised to.
Yeah, how we were raised. Like, soon as you come home sweaty, go in bed. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to have my husband do things on me when I'm sweaty. If it started
Yeah.
sweat is salty, like I like, you know,
Yeah.
Some people like the meal salty.
I know.
So question, on a hot day, what your coochie would smell like?
It depends. Is it post wax or
Yeah,
Pre-wax.
or pre-wax, yeah.
How would you describe the smell? Let me hear.
On a hot day?
On a hot
hot
day,
day.
what is that coochie smell like?
and if you have thighs that rub together, that's a
1,000 for
recipe
Yeah.
for not fresh. We're gonna go with not fresh.
Yes. Thank
Not
you,
fresh.
Delicia.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
take that one.
A very
Not
politically
fresh.
correct answer. Yeah, because to describe, I think it's difficult to describe it. And obviously, everybody would smell differently.
Yeah.
But I personally, the minute I feel myself, like my body temperature heating up, and it's a really hot day, I feel uncomfortable in my body,
Yeah.
and I don't like feeling uncomfortable in my body. So as soon as I get home and I have access to a shower, I take a bath. Okay, so this is not something I go, oh,
Yeah,
I
let
wonder
me
what level of
walk
funk
around
we're
this
dealing
one.
with
Yeah.
right now. Let me explore that scent.
Or
That's
something
not
that you
the case.
can do too is have wipes, like baby wipes, always in your bag. Because
Yeah.
some days I'm a field officer at my job, so I'm always out in about. So I will get hot.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do, I always have a Kotex bag with extra liner, baby wipes. So you gotta keep it girl fresh.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, when was the first time you've ever experienced an orgasm?
Whew,
Was it your first sexual
Right.
encounter, your second, your third?
definitely not first.
No.
How did you know it was an orgasm for the first time? Let me hear it.
Who wanna go first?
Alicia should go first.
I can't remember the first time, but I could remember the last time. I could tell you that.
Wow.
You definitely feel your temperature, maybe your heart starts to beat a little bit faster, and then you just, how do you describe it? It's just your breathing changes. There's a tense kind of feeling in your body, and then it's just, it builds and
Yeah.
definitely. It's
I think, like, for me, the only way I could describe it is like regular arriving at the peak pleasure. It's just pleasurable. It feels good,
Yeah.
right? An orgasm, when you've climaxed completely, is an exhilarating out of body experience almost for
True.
me. It just feels like you are equally tense and at ease at the same time, extremely blissfully joyful, but at the same time you want to cry.
For me, it was like I've never had one until my husband, and I was, I left stupid because like I didn't know what was happening, so I just started feeling that, like Delicia said, my heart raced, and then this build up, and then my whole body went stiff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm a squirter, so everything just started coming out, and I'm
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
I'm a squirter. So everything just started coming out, and I'm laying there like, what? And then when it finished, and I just lay there like, okay, there's this meme that when you finish having sex, you just flat out like somebody run you over. That's how I felt.
Yeah, that was a good one. You had a good
Yes.
one. That was a good one.
It was, and the euphoria
Yeah.
that I felt, and like I just felt happy,
Yeah.
and then I felt tired and I had to sleep.
Yeah,
Because it was
true.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they all don't happen like
Yeah,
that.
they
Some
all
of them
don't.
are kind of quick and short, and they happen, and you're just like, oh God, I needed that, so let me go back to work now. Or then there are those like those, and then there are the medium ones where you're just like, okay, yes, maybe I should take a nap. But then there are the full body experience where there's literal shaking, and then you're just spent, like totally. It's just you can't move. You're just there, and that's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
And the choir said amen.
Cheers.
Amen.
Cheers to
Cheers.
that.
Yeah.
Cheers. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yellowtail. How did you even know about, finding yourself sexually and knowing what you want or experiencing some of these things?
So for me, the guy actually wanted to do it to me, and he knew what he was doing. I must say, commendations to chap. So he he basically said, he said, I want to take you to heaven. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
He's like, just lie down and spread your legs.
That's very confident.
Yeah, dude has
Right?
words too.
And listen, this was my first time, and I'm like, what is happening? And I'm lying there, and my whole body is convulsing. But it wasn't an orgasm, but I just felt things, and he knew what he was doing, and it's something that is a memory that is etched in my mind all the time.
You want your husband to know that?
He does his thing. No, literally, my husband does his thing.
He's secure in himself.
He's
I know some men are just like,
secure.
oh, so this one experience is in your mind.
No, but it's my first experience from it, so there's something that you can't take away from me ever. But he does his thing. I have no complaints there.
Wow.
That's why he's husband, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. The thing is, I would need for my partner or my romantic partner, whatever God decides, to place him on the earth, because apparently he doesn't exist at this moment. Just take notes from the conversations that are being had about this particular topic right here, which is gracias. And that is all.
You want to drop your Instagram handle?
That's it for me.
You know what? Not everybody knows how to do it. So I'm gonna go with one of the better times that it perhaps happened, because some people are just in there, face in, and they just nose in and then
Nose?
why? Yeah. They just like your whole face in, and they just
And the scratching like it's a DJ Buddha on. Why?
No, sir. Slow down. And the nails again for me, cut your damn nails, file them, please. If you're gonna brush your teeth, maybe use some mouthwash, because vaginas are very sensitive, and that's how they were made. So
That sounds like
before you get into that, so the last time, it might have been in sitting position. It might have sat on his face. Some men like that, to feel some thighs on their face. They like that. I'm not gonna say I didn't like it either. Something powerful about sitting on a face, Something extremely powerful. Sitting on a face.
I remember the first time I tried to eat some pussy.
Tell us, please.
So, Granny wasn't home. She gone to she little church service.
Ooh, this calls for
The
wine.
church service, child, on a Sunday.
She said Granny wasn't home. The wine gotta come.
It was a
home.
Monday.
At
So
church
I
On a
heard,
Monday.
I heard about all of this, like going down and stuff. I said, you guys can give it a try. Come over, get naked, then I do so, spread out the legs. Soon as I'm about to go down and pray, all I hear is the key in the door, Granny come
bye.
in. So let's just say I never had some pussy on my lips.
Granny cock blocking from long.
Clearly.
Granny,
And that was the
sorry, I
closest.
didn't mean
And
it.
to be honest, I made up my mind because I was never a fan of it. I didn't like how it sung. It just sung wrong. And I say, you know what? This is the one I want to marry, and I want to taste it before saying I do.
Taste and bite.
Yeah, kind of like taste of mine. So I was like, I'm ready, and I didn't get no odor or anything. It was like fresh pussy, ready to be,
Yeah.
licked.
Fresh out the shower
So
kind of thing.
for a virgin like me, what advice would you give how to suck a pussy?
For starters, please know where the clit is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because that is the biggest thing with men. Y'all don't know where the clit is. And
I know.
for women, well, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying, but
In
for
general.
women, that is our pleasure spot in our vagina.
Our main pleasure spot.
Main pleasure spot.
Mhm.
And if you are going down there to scratch it like a DJ booth, please stop.
Yeah.
You're just causing us pain because your tongue is going to cause friction and it's going to hurt. You could slap it gently with your tongue. You can caress it with your tongue. You can do, there's so many things. Use your fingers.
Show
Do
me
it
how
the
you do it
scissors.
with your
The
tongue.
scissor action. Yeah.
You can do a lot of things.
Demonstration.
There's a lot of things
Or
that
if
you
you
can
need tips,
do.
I'm sure there's some really good porn sites that
Yeah.
will show you. They're tutorials. I'm sure they're
They
tutorials
are.
on how to lick some cooch, and get back to the promised land.
Yeah, but I think that's a really important discussion that men should have among themselves. Like, every woman is different, and it's important for you to, whenever you're getting intimate with somebody, to understand, where their pleasure points are.
Definitely.
You don't necessarily have to just go strip to the clitoris.
Yeah.
You can start with some foreplay,
She went on the
really
fancy.
understand the woman's body, her anatomy, where her weak points are. And I'm pretty sure if you're with somebody who, does their own job of exploring themselves and understanding their body and knowing, what exactly
What
turns
works
them
for
on
them.
and what works for them, that person would be very open in communicating that to you. So then now the onus is upon you to really listen, and not to be very selfish and self-serving in engaging in that intimate act. So yeah, please listen to the woman and also do some research. Not because something worked with your last woman is going to work with the next woman, right? So listen if you really want to show up in a romantic relationship, and then also ensure that the sexual exchange or the acts of intimacy are reciprocated equally. It's about listening. It's about giving and taking, and ensuring that at the end of the experience, both persons are satisfied.
You can literally have a conversation while having sex. You can keep asking your partner, are you comfortable? Am I doing this right? Are you at your peak? Have the conversation. So if it's your first time going to eat coach, have the conversation before. She may not want you to stop every minute while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So have it before, let her tell you, because a lot of women, we know where our pleasure points are. So have it before, let her, and she also let her know she can talk you through it. Because that's something I do. And I always do it.
Yeah.
Like, I say, okay, and I always ask for feedback as well. Like, when I'm having with my husband, I say, are you okay? Are you comfortable? My favorite question is, are you comfortable? I don't know why I always ask it, like, are you comfortable? Because I think for me, it helps to make the moment more intimate. It helps you to connect with your partner. It's not just you just going and finish. It's like you're having this moment, you're experiencing this euphoria, this going to the promised land. So always communicate, guys. Communication is key.
And women communicate too, because a little more to the left is good direction. Pressure exactly on it. You might need some pressure around it, like just to the side, the left or the right side. Depends on your thing, whatever works for you, or a little lower or a little above on the hood.
And also take ego out of the equation, please and thanks. Because if we're opening up the lines of communication and being honest about, expectations and preferences and that kind of stuff, this is not an attack on your sexual prowess as a man. This is just someone being like, this is what works for me. I would like you to accommodate that. And similarly, I would like you to communicate to me what works for you. And I'd be willing to, show up and
make this great for everyone.
Yeah, just make everybody happy. But sometimes you have situations where you might be engaged romantically with somebody who's just very full of themselves in terms of ego. They would have had this preconceived idea. They know what, they're the man. They get things done. And you may have had women in the past who weren't even, I would say, confident enough to open up and share, whether or not they were satisfied really and truly at the end of the experience. And so when the man asks, perhaps the simple, did you come? Because that's sort of like the generic, did you come?
Yeah.
I think sexual activity is more than just arriving.
Yeah.
It's about the journey in itself. So if you would have had women in the past who were very shy or not confident enough to say, well, I wasn't really 100% satisfied with it, and I think this could have been done better or whatever. You run away with this concept that, hey, I'm the man, I know how to throw things down. I've been throwing things down since 2005 or whatever the situation is.
Whole time
Whole time people been faking at you, sir.
Never had an orgasm,
Can't trust ya. So why would you fake it?
Because of
Have
ego.
you ever
Because you don't want to hurt his
Because
ego.
of ego.
And sometimes you just want it to end.
Yeah, especially if you're just going like this, and like some of them that they're so egotistical, and they're going on and raving and over you, and you just lying there like, God, when is this going to end? Please. So when he's at his destination or almost there, he wants you to be there with him. So now you gotta fake it so that he can hurry up and finish, because the whole thing is not making any sense.
If they can't tell if you've finished, if you've come, then something is wrong.
Exactly.
If they can't tell.
You know when a woman is about to orgasm, her body changes.
Yes.
Her
Breathing
vagina,
changes.
her vagina starts to contract.
It
Right?
convulses.
You feel the breathing change. You can, if you're on her or close to her, you feel the heart rate. You literally see the glow starts to come through her pores. Once you're an observant man, you know.
That's the part right there.
Exactly. You have to be observant of your partner to know.
Would you say that your vagina is weird looking? How comfortable are you with the
I
way
have a
it looks?
beautiful pussy. Stop it.
Ooh.
Same.
Same.
I look at her every day in the mirror.
never-
My bed have a mirror and I just look at her.
Yes.
I don't
I
know who's
love
going up
that.
to anybody else
Yes.
inspecting, like, let me see what yours look like. Oh, this is what mine look like, and compare it and be like, weird. It's definitely different as any other part of your body. I don't look like Delicia. I don't look like Deandra. We all look different. So in the same way, I'm pretty sure we have very different appearing
But mine is
vaginas, right? So I don't know that what does a weird one look like?
When I get my OnlyFans, you will see.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And I will sit to that.
So, orgasm, right? How much time you've experienced it while masturbating?
Every time.
How much time?
Excuse me.
Every time.
So when you're
Mine was down the wrong
masturbating,
side.
how many sessions do you have?
It depends on the feeling. If I'm ovulating, time of the month, when's the last time I had sex. It depends. Sometimes twice, 3 times a day,
What's the least?
once a day. To get to
That sound
sleep.
like a tablet.
To get to sleep.
I thought I was the only one who trying to jerk off to sleep.
Yeah, that's the thing, because remember I tell you, once you orgasm, you get tired.
You can't even catch yourself up to now.
A day I was on Pornhub and I bounced up on gay porn. And this thing was hot. And I can't explain the feeling, but I was like, okay, this is the moment. I just need to start doing what I need to do. But my always go-to is lesbian porn. And my friends find it weird because I'm straight. But heterosexual porn does nothing for me. I think that is nasty. I really
make
think
you feel
it's
like
nasty.
cheating on your husband or something.
No, it's not even about cheating on my husband. It's just that it makes me feel gross. But you see lesbian porn.
You know they're enjoying it, right?
Yes, I know that they're not
That's the
faking
thing
it
for me,
because once you hit that clitoris, you can't fake that feeling. But hetero porn is just look like they just doing this show and it's so fake and it does nothing for me.
It's just there. They just in it, going through the motions.
Yeah, it's just
It's all scripted.
So it's sort of like you
but
peeking into your dark, and connecting with your darker side.
Okay then.
Your dark side enjoys that. So that's a peek into you.
Okay then.
Your dark side enjoys it. You think society might find it taboo, hence it is now pleasurable.
Okay then.
So you got a little taboo.
Okay then. I have a lot of taboo going on. Look at this table. Look at this table.
I'm sitting here patiently waiting to find out.
Tell us.
What are all these colorful toys about?
You brought out your toys.
Yes, I brought up my toys.
Which one's gonna hit the G spot?
This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one.
G spot go too.
These are G spot go-tos.
The flower one looks very interesting.
Yes, so this is the rose. So this one, this is a suction toy, and I'll put it on so you guys can feel it. It suctions your clitoris here, and this part you can put it into your vagina. So if you notice, this goes
that's
up and down.
And this one, I'll let Noria feel.
Did you say it was a display or demonstration?
Put it.
some good stuff right there.
I think she's more interested in the one who goes up down, up down.
The strange thing is I've never been like exposed to, well, not exposed to, of course I have an awareness of what they are, but I just don't feel led to use
In other words, to try a position, never play with a toy.
You should try a
Really?
wand.
Why, you scared?
You should
are
try
you
a
afraid
wand.
to
Is it
get
because
home?
of society?
It's not even about society. Okay, so where that thought may have come from, it originally, I read too much, you know, but I read before that you can sometimes become desensitized to the feel of.
No.
A man wrote that.
A man wrote that. I'm telling you,
That's not a man wrote it.
Well.
So I heard that you could become desensitized So when you actually have the real experience, you don't appreciate the real experience. You are now hooked on the synthetic, artificial toy experience. So I've just been like, oh, okay, no.
Home I come in with some Z type game and trying to pass it off as A game and then tell it decent.
It was an article, I can't remember if it was written by a man or a woman.
I've heard it before. A lot of people like usually message me and say, you selling these things like desensitizing clitoris. I've been in a discussion where the question was asked by a man about it desensitizing clitoris, and I said no, it do not. And it's I can tell you from experience, it do not. Okay. It do not. But I think that for me, what I usually encourage women to use, why I usually encourage women and men to use toys, because if you don't know to please yourself, then you can't help your partner. You can't guide them through that process of giving you pleasure. So these things, they usually help you, and it's a part of self-love for me. Because when I finish, and I must say that my own appreciation for my body increased after I started using toys. Okay. So this one ends up on your clitoris, this goes into your vagina, and this goes into your butt. So we have different, you can hold it.
And it's pink. It's pink. So you know.
Yeah, I'm breaking out near you.
Yeah.
I still don't feel comfortable. I can't promise that I would ever try one.
No, that's definitely okay. Like I've had men message asking me to talk to their wives to see if they can use it and stuff. But that's fine. I usually tell women, take your time, because these things here.
Are you familiar?
It
smiles.
Look, the lipstick near you. Very discreet.
Yes.
Oh Lord, oh God. It wouldn't stop vibrating. Behave.
Very discreet.
So where would you put this?
This is just your clitoris. Because it's small.
You could do nipples too.
And nipples, if you like, yeah. Because
that's your thing.
Yeah, nipples are a pleasure point as well. And this is the bullet. So this one.
Bullet, right?
How they all began.
Jesus Christ.
Powerful.
Sorry to call the Lord's name again.
But it's just.
Are you okay?
I feel like Noria getting broke out today.
I'm just looking at her face.
The woman was too stunned to say that.
You know what's ironic? She feeling the vibration and it's starting to rain.
Yeah, and listen, let me tell you something. When it rains and I'm home, I don't know, like there's an inner voice in my head just say, okay, masturbate. I'm walking around my house doing my work. Masturbate. Masturbate. You know, you gotta go look. Just listen to if it's the devil, I'm listening to him. Masturbate. We are doing it. Like that is it's
yeah.
It's something that really helped me, and I've had a lot of women say that they've not tried it, and usually the first things they try is this or this. They start small.
Yeah.
And I've had a girl, she bought the lipstick and she messaged me a very long review. She's like 3 weeks after, she's like, I'm overdue to send you this review.
I read that. You posted that, right?
Yes, she's like, I'm overdue to send you this review. She's like, I have never tried a toy. When I did it, she's like, I've never had this feeling. And then she incorporated her husband into it. And then it was exciting for them to try it. And she's like, they're now going to try. Because I usually have couples toys as well. So this one is a couple toy because it's remote control.
Yeah. Okay.
This one, you put it on your underwear. You can hold it.
Okay.
You can hold it. You put it on your underwear and he can have the remote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen TikTok videos of this one. Yes.
So this is the one from TikTok. And I have this one is
one person should not have all this control.
No, if you want to spice things up.
Yeah. Again, you need somebody who's mature and would listen, because the TikTok video I saw, they were shopping in the public.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh babe, stop. And he would not stop, and he kept,
but they were going on vacation. They were going on vacation. So he was creating the mood.
But I still feel like in that, if somebody says stop, like stop, bro.
Not really.
It was. She looked like she was invisible.
I guess that
like it was uncomfortable, and it was like
on
visible.
Whether or not that was their safety word,
Right.
So that's safety words.
Oh yes, safety word.
So, how do you like your dates? cut or uncut? Wow.
It doesn't matter to me.
I really want to just say that. It really doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't. I've had both types.
As long as it's clean and smells good.
Yeah, definitely. Clean and I like it clean and smelling.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
what?
my contribution.
And
Just
groomed.
yes.
Just yes.
Let's go with groomed, please.
Yes.
Groomed?
Yes.
Yes.
You don't like
Hygiene
bush?
is important.
Perhaps it's still a thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! Don't talk about it.
Plus, you don't know what they're hiding on.
Yeah.
You want to see the landscape?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see manscape, please.
Please.
You know, when giving head, do you like your partner to shove your head down on the penis or
Oh
hold it?
no.
Why?
Because I can choke. Like
I guess that's the point, right?
no, but I
We
don't
want
want
to see how good is your gag reflexes.
My gag reflex is great. I've had a lot of practice. And plus I watch videos on how to do it good and stuff like that. But there are times when I will want you to do it, but even if I have no problem with you holding my head. But don't
It's a demonstration for me.
Yeah.
make it, next you see, it take end up till here by my chest.
For me, it depends on we have to have this discussion whether or not what was my last meal, how long ago it was.
Yes, definitely. Next is you digging and then
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
into that. That's a different kind of play. I don't do that. If we discuss it before and I say, well, I just ate, well, certain things can't happen. But if it was a while ago and I know that this is how I'm feeling today, I wouldn't eat. So I'm preparing for
The
some
balls?
action jackson.
Balls also?
some gagging, a lot of stuff in there. A lot of stuff.
Balls included?
That's for different. We're talking about vaginas, not balls. We're talking vaginas, right? Yeah.
I mean, aside from getting pregnant, do you enjoy a man coming inside of you or outside?
Inside, why waste it?
Are you a swallower or a spitter?
Depends on the taste.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with who you're swallowing.
Yeah.
Ladies, be careful with who you're swallowing. You don't know what these people are eating,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to be upset. But once you can control your partner's diet, nothing wrong with swallowing.
But beyond upset and diet, disease.
Well, that too. Yeah, that definitely
Come on now.
disease.
So
Yeah.
while having sex, have you ever farted?
Queefing or fart?
Yeah.
Fart.
It has happened. I ain't gonna
Like
lie.
you're getting hit in the spot and then you do it.
No, if I had dairy, it could happen.
It's beans to
It
me,
could
beans.
happen.
Beans to me.
Yeah, dairy or beans.
You know, like you're
like-
horny, you had
Yeah.
beans, you're having sex, what's happening
It
there?
has happened.
Yeah.
Luckily with my husband, but yes, we just laughed it off because it was so funny.
Or anal. But we're not talking. We're talking vaginas. So.
Wow. So now you're having sex and
Took a
then
turn
let's just say it just slide down there. Are you gonna continue or tap out
Slide down where?
by the ass?
But you see, that no.
We were talking vaginas though.
That no.
You brought it up.
I usually tell my customers, anal is a marathon and not a sprint. Because in no
Preach
way
this, though.
it can slide out of the vagina and slide in the anus.
Yeah. What kind of
That
loose
is
butt,
very
though?
tight.
What kind of loose butt people are
It's not-
you know?
That isn't loosey, and not every lube helps in the process. There's
True.
special anal lube for anal sex.
Water based, silicone based.
Yes. Noria is
What is this?
This is a
Cooch.
it's a fake cooch
Push your finger
for the
inside.
men.
Yeah.
You can put your finger in.
She only catering
Men.
to women. She
I
catering
cater
to
for men as well.
So you put some lube in there.
Yeah, and you do your thing.
So is that what's on my finger right now?
No, no, it's
It's
water.
water.
Oh,
I
Bathe
washed
coochie.
Yeah.
Bathe coochie before pushing on.
Yeah.
A lot of women usually buy
That's
this for
why
their
you-
husbands.
In case they're lonely, you know.
Here you just jump. She's like, is that what I'm feeling?
A lot of women usually buy this for their husbands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a lot. Most
We
of
call
it
a synthetic side chick.
I think it's so that they can control what he's doing when he's not doing them, which is a good thing.
Okay.
Or it could be
so
practice.
they would like to
practice.
think, they're controlling it.
But
You practice and then be like, let's try with somebody before I come back at you. And I see you have some butt plug.
yes, so these are I like to call them expert level. So these are the large ones. This is silicone. So silicone is for
How
the
you think going in the bums? You just don't say bums.
But show them the it's pretty. See?
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
So you want to be dazzled. You want to be dazzled your
Back shot.
butthole.
Yeah,
This is
there you
it.
go.
So
You can go in.
silicone is a bit more flexible for the persons who now starting anal because but this goes in and locks off. So this is the part that ends up in your butt, and this makes your butthole look very nice.
Yeah.
Shining
It's all about the
butthole.
optics.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Very pretty.
And this is the metal. This is the metal. Again, it's size large. People don't think that this is where you start. You start very small. But again, it's nice bedazzled. And it helps. This one is for more when you've conquered the silicone and you get, a lot of people usually buy this because it's cool. And when it goes in, they sort of like the feeling of the coolness of it.
So it stays cool?
Yeah, it's metal, so it's always cool.
Well, after it's in there, for
After
a while,
in there,
so-
it warms up.
Oh yeah.
But this one is a bit more sturdy, so it can be painful to some persons. So that's why I usually say start with the silicone
yeah,
and then go
definitely.
into the metal.
And for that, you'd probably need a silicone base
Yeah.
lube, and then for the metal, you'd probably go with water base.
Yes.
You need lots of lube.
Lots of lube.
Lube.
Any anal play, you need lots of lube. This is not no little. Plus, please don't use spit. Spit is not lube. Spit is not lube. Why do people do that? Spit is not
It's
lube.
the excitement.
They've been watching too much porn. That's their problem. It's porn. I blame
You-
you.
I know,
About
but
the
listen.
porn thing we do some spitting in the person mouth.
No, yeah.
You know, like
Oh, yeah.
you know, like it's not like
Spit in the
cat chew.
person mouth?
It's like you just letting it drop in and then lick up and it stuck up and it gagging again.
I have some limits. That's one of them.
Yeah, like
You're not a fan of saliva because
I'm not a
I'm
fan
not.
of
It's
it,
like
yeah.
I don't like sloppy heads.
Yeah.
Because I found kissing weird at an early age,
Uh-huh.
and I thought I would have never do kissing. But I enjoy kissing, but I can't do the whole sloppy kissing and sloppy heads. Like I'm grossed out by saliva.
Yeah.
Like I need you to suck my shit and swallow that spit. Don't let it come out on me. I'm gonna be good.
I would recommend you keep like a little towel handy for that purpose.
Yeah.
Close by.
That's a good tip.
yeah.
Maria, you look so
No,
traumatized.
it is. I'm thinking.
Nuria is just
Oh my
stunned
God. Just taking it all in.
Nuria is too stunned to speak. Nuria, are you okay?
He had me at the search history part because, like, you need to clear that. Search in an incognito mode.
Actually, that's where I go. In closing, what would be your advice about the coochie, either to the men or women like yourself? You know, what advice would you give them,
I would say,
especially the young girls coming up now?
Well, especially for young women, you want to ensure that you take good care of her, of course. That should be your primary focus. Understanding, you know, what type of, in terms of material. And if you have adult women in your life, ideally, these are conversations you should be having with them. Trusted female adults, so you can say, okay, well, what should I expect as I head into my teenage years? And please, adult women, do not be shy to have these conversations because you've been there. So instead of thinking, oh, you're gonna make this person fast, this young girl faster, you know, cause her to, you know, mature a little faster than she should. It's all awareness, knowledge. She's going to get there at some point. You see her approaching her adolescent years, you know, at some point she's going to experience a period, a menstrual cycle. It's not for you to sit down and have these conversations prior to the fact. You don't want to wait until, okay, she's, you know, out and about and probably experience her first menstrual cycle, and then now she's afraid because she doesn't really know, you know, what's going on, and she's ignorant about the entire thing. So that sort of like first-hand education needs to be provided by women in the household who young girls trust, and then you should also remind them of the type of underwears to purchase. And I guess you would be the ones, you know, purchasing the types of underwear, so what materials not to use and that kind of stuff. Breathable materials as well. You want to ensure it's always, you know, dry. Well, not it could never be completely dry, but at least you don't want to be wearing underwear that's either soiled or moist for hours and hours, because then that could lead to yeast infection. So I would just say, at the end of the day, everyone's vagina, if you're going to use just the proper name, is different. So as you age and you begin to legally explore relationships, get to understand your own. Do your own research beyond the conversations you would have had in your formative years. Get to know your own vagina, and protect her. Protect her. At the end of the day, you really can't trust anyone else but yourself in a sexual situation. I saw a video of a young girl who said, you know, she is a practicing nurse and she is well versed on the different type of diseases and infections, and so she's really aware of those symptoms. She was involved with a young man who, unbeknownst to her, was entertaining other women. So he had a risky sexual behavior, and she saw herself exhibiting symptoms of like gonorrhea, I think it was herpes, right? Some type of herpes. And then she got tested, and then of course the doctor came and said, okay, yes, confirmed that she did indeed have this sexually transmitted disease. And now she has to live with that for the rest of her life because it is incurable. And when she returned to him and had the conversation, confronted him and said, okay, I have herpes, so I think you should go and get tested. He said, oh, well, I know I always had it. Wow. But that's a conversation he didn't have with her before their sexual experience. So if you know you're going to be having sex, you're of the legal age, do not have sex before you are legally. And I would even go so far as to say emotionally mature to handle the consequences that comes with sexual activity. Protect yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only person you can trust. So that is what I would say.
That's saying a lot too.
Sorry, I'm long-winded.
No. That's some good.
No, I think you give some really good thing. And if I could add to it, I think that a lot of what young girls need to do is be observant of your vagina. There are things that she tell you, and once you observe it, you know, like for if I get a yeast infection, like I always track my discharge, and the minute I see it's off, I know that okay, because being a field officer, I gotta use it. Sometimes I'm on the road, I gotta use different washrooms, and there's literally anything can throw off your pH and give you a yeast infection. So you have to track your discharge. I know that it may seem gross, but it's coming out of you, and you need to track it, because if you get a yeast infection and you take a long time to look after it, it can get detrimental. You may have to go on pills. Some yeast infections even give you infertility. Like there's so many things that you have to ensure that you keep track of your vagina. This is your special place, your special part in your body that you have. Nobody's going to take care of it for you. So just ensure that you do the right thing. Please, if you're gonna, like Maria said, you're gonna have sex, use a condom. You're the only person you can trust.
True.
Really, because a lot of people be doing a lot of risky things out there, and it pains me every year when the HIV report comes out, and it's usually persons between 16 to 19 that is heading it with the infection rates. That is, guys, we need to be more careful. I understand that people have casual sex and so forth, but you can have casual sex and be safe about it. Condoms are free at the clinics, at the hospitals. If you want to be a bit bougie, they're a bit on the cheaper end at pharmacies, you know, Trojan and what are the others that they have. But just ensure that you have the conversation with your partner, let them know. Or people, you need to be open, because that's where you just, it's painstaking, because herpes is incurable, and then there's the flare-ups, right? So just be responsible. If you're not ready to have sex, age-wise, please, or emotionally again, don't. And don't let anybody force you into anything you can't do. Remember, you have consent over your body. Let people know if you're uncomfortable, say no. Let your no, be assertive. And if there's any case that they make you feel uncomfortable, talk to someone, call the police, just do something. Don't be forced into any situation that you don't want to be in. I know it's harder to say it, but don't be forced in than it actually happened. But I don't even know how to say it. Like, being a woman is risky. It's so risky. I'll let Delicia take over because
So, I am a girl mom. My girl is 10. So she's going through some changes now. So my advice would definitely be to moms and maybe older women, because my mom too has gone through some changes and I am going through some changes. So you guys covered the young women now going out there. Moms, you know the signs, you know the symptoms. You check on your daughters and advise them, have the talk as early as possible. Sometimes you're not expecting.
girl, I have to talk to you.
Have the talk from as early as possible. You would check your child to see how mature they are and how much they can handle. Have the talk. Please, periods are not something that they should be ashamed of. You should be ashamed of. You should discuss sex at a level that they will understand. It's important that they know that there are going to be changes, that things happen between boys and girls as they grow up, when they're ready, when they're mature enough. Older women, you know your bodies. By the time you hit the late 20s and 30s, you know your bodies. You know what is
It's
supposed
normal
to
for
feel
you.
like.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it's a yeast infection. It's bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah.
You know the difference. You know what it feels like. I know a lot of older women, not older, but maybe late 30s and 40s. You see them there and they have these conditions, different reproductive system conditions, and they know something is wrong, but then when they get to the doctors, it's like their conditions are actually cancerous and their surgery may or may not help. Some women who would have gone through their menopause and they continue to have other conditions there, and they just leave it, and they're ashamed to go to the doctors. Go to the doctors. The Ministry of Health, the Georgetown Public Hospital, they have a clinic for this sort of thing. Go and get checked out. It's free. Please. Too many women, too many older women, they are just, you just hear them, they're just gone.
Yeah.
Because they did not, they felt that, this is my shame, I will keep this to myself, and their vaginas are there. They know their vaginas, they had children, they have birthed children and gone on, and they just it just happens. So older women who have gone through life, who have gone through menopause, check with your doctors, check with the hospitals. There are free clinics. Just get yourself checked. You never know what might be there, what might be lingering. If you're experiencing something that you think is off or odd, just check with your doctors. If you think your child may need this kind of conversation, introduce them to the gynecologist so they could start building that relationship of trust, because of course they're going to be dealing with your most private parts. Have the talk, take them there, and let them get comfortable with it. It's like the dentist. You want your child to be comfortable with the dentist, you start taking them early. So they get familiar with, this is my dentist, he's not going to hurt me, she's not going to hurt me, she's here to help me. Same thing with the gynecologist. You take them early, and so they could know that this is somebody I can trust. Of course, maybe not the same one you go to, but,
Discussing
yeah. So that's my advice. Just if you get medical intervention early, it's just something that you need to do as a
I
woman.
think yearly, they usually say yearly is good. Like, I try to do mine every January. I skipped 3 years because
COVID?
On the part of COVID and on the part of I just forgot.
So pap smears and everything.
Yeah,
Get
so
those done.
I've had mine within this month. I've had my checkup. Some things were I wish I had gone within the 3 years because it wouldn't have gotten how it is right now.
Yes.
But it's very important to get a yearly checkup. Like, go to your gynecologist and get your checkup every year.
And the hospital offers these services for free. The Georgetown Hospital is a clinic. You just go there and you tell them you will get checked out. You will get checked out.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I am so happy you guys were so comfortable talking about this. I know it's not an everyday topic, and that's what I'm trying to do here, to have those topics that we're afraid to have on the front burner and to the camera, putting faces to these topics, because it's easy to write about it and put a post, but when you see people having views, sometimes same views or different views, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do here with this channel, and I appreciate each and every one of you and your coochie. Because your coochie experience, you know, brought you here, and you were able to share about, you know, your personal experience and give those, you know, useful advice and tips. So thank you very much.
No problem. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mark.
When are we come too? Because I have more to share.
Yes, I have more to share too.
They're never satisfied. Don't
I
matter how
have
much you
more
give them,
to
they're
share.
never satisfied.
When are you